The city of Artesia is a dynamic community. And what I mean by that, it's extremely diverse. And it's not a cliche. It really is an outstanding community with 42 languages that are talked or spoken in 1.6 square miles of a 17,000 populated city in Southern California, about 30 miles southeast of Los Angeles. Artesia has an unemployment rate that is significantly below the state average of California. Our median age is above the state average. Our housing prices are higher than the state average, but our income is lower than the state average. When somebody moves into Artesia, they move to live and stay, to live in Artesia. So what all this adds up to is that there is a pent-up demand for ownership-occupied housing. As this audience is well aware, cities typically depend on some short list of taxes. In Artesia, we rely on our sales tax, on our retail. In fact, our surrounding communities have malls, have movie theaters, have car dealerships, have casinos. The city of Artesia has neither. So as a result, it is our current responsibility to try to encourage businesses that collect taxes to establish their home in the city of Artesia. And we need to address the city's responsibility to support the infrastructure consistent with encouraging those sales for businesses that do not happen to be located already in our city. In other words, we need to bring them into Artesia. Our goal as a city and my city council, and I have one of my colleagues in the audience, thank you, Mr. Tosh, for being here, is to facilitate the implementation process for quality life goals and economic goals. We need to develop revenues required to support the infrastructure and services envisioned by the community. And we need to put into place those documents, those regulations, the staff, and the system, which will serve as the existing system for the vision that we have. So, what is that vision? And that vision is one of smart growth. As I mentioned, we are one of 88 cities in LA County. Los Angeles has 88 cities, has a population. California has a population of 39 million people and projected to be nearly 47 million by 2040. That adds to traffic, solid waste removal, adequate water supply, specifically when it doesn't rain and we have a drought, quality of life, and the fundamentals of our residents. So what are we doing? And our job is to anticipate this growth. Our job is to plan for this growth. And our job is to live with the realities of this growth. And so we are going to use the vision that I mentioned earlier, the smart growth approach. We need to keep our focus on improving the quality of life. We need to improve public safety. We need to make the community more competitive for new businesses. We need to support the creation of jobs for our residents. We need to take action that supports the property values. We need to expand our tax base, since we rely simply on that. And we need to leverage and manage the growth so that drives our economic development. California had a population, or had over 400 redevelopment agencies. And in 2012, the conflict between the governor and state legislators got rid of that redevelopment agencies that we had. It was a subsidized program for cities like ourselves. Without redevelopment, we've had to get creative, and we did. We've created an attractive regulatory environment in Artesia. We've allowed more mixed-use development. We've allowed projects with higher elevation, which is key, because most of our buildings in Artesia are only 2 stories high. We've allowed higher density. We've allowed parking off-site and been a little bit more flexible when it comes to the actual parking requirements in our city. We're promoting lot consolidations in our city and creating initiatives and motivation for some of our residents to consolidate their lots. We are promoting the city as a business-friendly city. In fact, for the last 2 years, We've had the opportunity to be nominated by Los Angeles County as the most business-friendly city in LA County. We haven't necessarily won, however. We have the honor of being nominated, which is very important. So part of it is we want to change the commute through Artesia to a commute to Artesia. Our downtown Pioneer Boulevard currently has 4 lanes. We've actually narrowed it down to 2 lanes. Slowed down the traffic, better for the environment. We've expanded our sidewalks, creating it a walkable community. And we're motivating our community and in developers to actually invest and have mixed housing on the top with retail on the bottom. So to create and to hopefully improve that density problem that we have. So the idea is that we've moved from a traffic focus to a pedestrian focus. Again, livable, walkable. Our goal is to include a promenade, which you'll see a slide in just a second, that actually allows people to hang out in the center of our downtown Pioneer with free Wi-Fi for our city. With 1.6 square miles, I think we can manage that. It's no longer just about talking about this vision, it's about implementing that vision, and that's been our key, and that's been our goal, and we have 5 unanimous council members that are on board. And this is our current situation: new pavers, expanded sidewalk. Right? This is a plan, and this right here represents the future promenade that we're talking about, modeled after San Jose, California, Santa Ana Row. And there are several other big cities that have these great ideas, but a city with a population of 17,000, 1.6 square miles, this is one of a kind in our region so far. I've talked about leveraging economic development to move to community closer to the vision for itself. I've talked about incentivizing underutilized commercial properties to be developed in a way that adds community amenities and promotes increased density with our homes. And I've talked about, well, our Pioneer downtown, Pioneer Boulevard in the city of Artesia. I really encourage you to take a risk and rethink how you want to market your own cities. We have rebranded ourselves, and we want to make sure that that 35-year-old and below millennial generation makes Artesia their home. Thank you very much.